All right, what's up my friends? Frank Calabro Jr. We're going to be teaching a class today. And what we're going to cover today is we're going to cover a strategy I came up with a few years back. I call it the seven-figure formula. And pay close attention to this, guys, okay? Take notes because this applies to any market, any product, any service. I don't care what it is, even traditional business. I'm going to break this down and explain to you exactly how this works. And once I discovered this strategy and I began to deploy this strategy, things turned around for me very quick, guys. You know, after 4 complete years of failure online, 2010, 11, 12, and 13, and I lost about $60,000, I finally figured out this formula, okay? I'm going to pass it on to you free of charge, guys. It's not going to cost you 4 years and 60 grand like it did me. And no one really taught me this stuff. I had to figure it out on my own. And I remember back in the early days of my career, I actually hired a mentor very early, I think in, what was it, 2011? And I paid this person $9,000 cash, guys. Now listen to this. I paid this person $9,000. And after a year, I wasn't even taught to generate a single lead. How crazy is that, guys? 9 grand, I didn't even generate a single lead, nor was I taught how to do it. So pay attention, okay? Pay attention, guys. I'm gonna steer you right, okay? Now, the first thing I want to talk about before we start breaking this down, I want to talk about money multipliers, okay? Now, every business, every product, every service, every traditional business owner, every network marketer, affiliate marketer, internet marketer, whatever label you want to put on yourself, we're into money multipliers, guys. And what I mean by that is we multiply money. We leverage money and turn that into more money, or Bitcoin, or some other cryptocurrency. It really doesn't matter what it is, guys. And my story is not unique, okay? There's hundreds, thousands of people have done the same exact thing that I did. And what I did, this is all documented, everybody knows this. I took $1,250, okay? And it took 28 months to the day, 28 months later, and I actually got this from selling my only vehicle, okay? I got this money from selling my only vehicle that I had in my driveway, and I was penniless and broke, and I sold my only vehicle, and 28 months to the day, I made $1 million, okay? Cash in hand. Now, that's not profit, but I made $1 million in sales, okay? In 28 months, excuse me, and I leveraged $1,250 and turned that into $1 million. Now, like I said, it's not unique. It's not like amazing, although people think it is amazing. But I multiplied money, and I did it the same way. Let me give you an example. My traditional business. I purchased Budweiser. I purchased beer, okay? And then let's just say for even numbers, I bought the beer for $1 a bottle, okay? Which is probably what it is now. I think I was paying about 68, 69 cents a bottle of beer 6 years ago when I was still in the bar business. But let's just say beer is $1 a bottle now. You pay $1 a bottle wholesale, okay? Well, if you sell that beer for $2, you just doubled your money. You made $1. If you sell it for $3, you made $2 on the sale of that beer, of Budweiser, right? So it's a money multiplier. Traditional business is a money multiplier. Well, your online business is the same thing, guys. You multiply your money. The concept is the same. The principles, the fundamentals are exactly the same, okay? So even though I did this, it's not unique. Everybody has done this before me. I mean, I can think about like people that introduced me to internet marketing, for example, Justin Varengia. Justin introduced me to something called internet marketing in November 2010. I didn't even know what the heck that was. And at the time, Justin was living in China. He was teaching English for like $800 a month US, but he had his online business, and he was making a little bit of money from his online business, maybe $2,000 a month or something like that. But he was making it happen for himself, and you know, he eventually became a 7-figure earner, okay? And things got worse for him before they got better, but the same thing. He took a little bit of money and turned it into 7 figures plus. And, you know, once again, this story's not unique, you know. David Sharp was once broke. David Wood was once broke. Vic Streisand was once broke. Ray Higdon was broke. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So this is not unique that I took $1,250 and turned it into $1 million in 28 months. It's not unique. hundreds, thousands of people have done it too. If I can do it, if someone else can do it, why can't you do it? You can do it if you have the right plan, if you follow the strategy, okay? And let's talk about this, okay? Maybe my results are not typical, but they probably should be if you have the right education, if you have the right guidance, and if you take action and you adjust your plan as you go forward. Now, the first thing that I concentrated on, okay, when I first started right here, okay, when I first started here, the first thing that I concentrated on, I really got serious about this, was generating leads. It was like job one. And now what is a lead? What is a lead? A lead is someone gave you their email address in exchange for information, or in exchange for a free product or service, or a trial of a service, or what have you. It could be anything. It could be anything. But the bottom line is someone gave you their email address, that's a lead, okay, in exchange for something. Now, in my traditional business, and once again, I figured this out then when I was broke, and I came up with this $1,250. In my traditional business, the business I was really in was the customer gathering business. And here's what I mean by this. What I did, guys, is I advertised, I had billboards, okay, and a billboard was awesome. I had these huge billboards, and they would rotate them every 30 days. They would go into a new section in town. You'd catch different traffic patterns, what have you. And the great thing about billboards was, back in those days, was it's 24 hours a day, it's 7 days a week, it's massive, people see it. You got to have something big, bright, and a call to action, and it worked wonderfully, okay, for my traditional business. I also did radio ads. I was on the radio 7 days per week, wrote my own radio commercials. I wish I still had some of those, and maybe I do on an old computer. I should try and find some of those commercials. I wrote my own commercials, guys. I mean everything, every word, the background music, I mean the intro, I mean the call to action, everything. For a decade I wrote my own commercials. So I did radio advertising, and we also did something called promo. Like every Saturday we went out and we passed out 2,000 flyers, okay? We handed them out, and we went out for 2 hours, and I usually took about 4, 5, 6 people with me, and we passed out all these flyers, and we had a live band that night, so we invited people into my store. Now, once someone walked through my front door, from my front doors into my storefront business, they were a lead, okay? They hadn't bought nothing yet. I just wanted to get them in the door. So when someone gives you their email address, that's a lead, okay? It's a prospect, whatever you want to call it, okay? But that's the bottom line, is you got to focus on this right here, and you can never let up on this. You constantly have to generate leads, collect an email address, okay? You've got to do this. It's not optional, okay? All right, now, the second thing that I concentrated on in this 7-figure formula was creating a buyer's list, okay? Now, what I did is I had a low ticket offer. I had something that was less than 20 bucks, okay? Now, the great thing about having a product or service, and it could be anything, okay? It could be any product or service. But if you have something under $20, number one, people don't have to think too much about it, you know what I'm saying? It's not like a major purchase, like they got to think. Like if you're selling something for $1,000, well, they're going to have to think about it, okay? They're going to have to research it. They're going to have to check their checkbook balance and figure out if they can afford it and all this other kind of stuff. But something low ticket, under 20 bucks, you show them something that's valuable, like, yeah, I want to buy it, they buy it, and you've now taken a lead or a prospect and turned it into a buyer. Very important. And I focused on building a buyer's list with something inexpensive, okay? Key, guys, keys. Now, the next thing I focused on was residual income. Something that people pay month after month after month after month, and it's something that they need because it helps them build their business, okay? And so a lot of times I'll refer to it as picks and shovels, okay? You got to sell people picks and shovels so they can dig, right? And what are they digging for? They're digging for gold, guys. They're digging for silver, right? Or whatever it may be. But picks and shovels are essential, and that's how you build your residual income. Now, I use a platform. A lot of my teammates, we use a platform called Power Lead System. It's a marketing system, okay? And you don't have to use Power Lead System, but you can use any marketing system that you want. but hopefully that marketing system has some type of residual income built into it where you can refer other affiliates, okay, and maybe get some commissions from that, okay? But I focused on residual income, guys, and building this, and it didn't happen overnight. As a matter of fact, this took about a year. It took about a year to get this going, but I was very consistent with it, okay? Now, another thing, guys, this is critical. Catching trends. Catching trends, guys, it's everything, man. Now, here's what I can tell you about catching trends. You don't have to be the first in, okay? You don't have to be the guy or the lady that's signed up in pre-launch, okay? Because most of those pre-launch things that I got involved with, oh man, like 90% of them just never even made it out of pre-launch. They just crashed and burned. Let me get a sip of water, guys. They crashed and burned, okay? So you don't have to be like in pre-launch. You don't have to be registered and all this other crap. Usually I catch offers when they're about 6 months old to a year old. So, you know, don't think that you're too late. Well, this has been around for 6 months, or everyone already knows about it. That's the furthest thing from the truth possible. And the same thing when you catch things, and I've caught many things a year later, and just took the thing over and dominated me and my teammates. But, you know, you don't have to catch things in pre-launch, okay? But you do want to catch trends on the way up, okay, on the way up. And some products and services have a shelf life. They might be hot for, you know, a year or 2 or 3, okay? It all depends. But you want to catch trends and get yourself in front of trends and catch things on the rise, whatever it may be, okay? Email marketing, guys, this is critical. This is so essential. Just please write this one down. Now, email marketing is not having an autoresponder that sends out a letter automatically. That's not email marketing, okay? Those letters that you preload, okay, and all the thing that those things do is give people another chance to take another look at your product and service. That's all they're designed to do, okay? Now, your subscribers, they know the difference between an autoresponder and a freshly written email that you just composed that morning or that evening, and then you preloaded it and you're going to send it out in the morning or whatever your routine is. But your subscribers, they know the difference, okay? You've got to put your energy into it, guys. Your energy, okay, into your email marketing. Your emails, they don't have to be long. You guys are on my email list. My emails are, what, 100 words? My emails are very short because people's attention span is limited, and they scan, read, and then they click. Give them a call to action. Just say enough in this email to get them to click, and then show them your product or service or whatever it may be. But it's critical, guys, that you communicate with your list, your contacts, your prospects, try and turn them into buyers through email marketing. The best time, the best days to contact your email list: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I love sending out an email early Sunday morning. People get up early, they're not rushed, they're not stressed, they're getting ready for church, they're spending time with their family, they're not so rushed trying to get to a job or something they hate, and they have time to read your email and watch maybe your video about your product or service. You can even send people to your Facebook if you did a video, a live video, and link to that. I call that repurposing your live videos, and it'll kick them up on the feed again. We'll talk about this in another class in more detail, okay? But that's another thing you can do with your email marketing is you can link to videos, okay? Very powerful. I'll teach you guys this stuff too. All right, now, and the last thing we want to do, and this is the last thing that I did as I focused on in the 7-figure formula when I came up with this, is validation through social distribution. And what I mean by that is, if you've got a product or service that you're excited about, that it's working, that it's producing results, well, you want to share that on your social media, but also in your social media, like your Facebook groups, your communities, your forums, wherever it is that you hang out on the internet, you want to share that. You know, I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. It's like my favorite place to shop now because it's so easy, it's so convenient. And I do all my Christmas shopping on there now. It's just, the heck with going to the stores, right, and fighting the crowds. But the awesome thing about, like, say, Amazon, for example, is when you're researching a product or service, right, when you buy something on Amazon, you can go down to the bottom and you can read the reviews. And I do this all the time, okay? And sometimes when I read the reviews, I won't buy the product because something was said about the quality of the product, okay? Maybe it wasn't as good as, it was being described above. And also, sometimes people say things that make me, I definitely buy the product because of the positive things that are said about the product or service. But you see what that is, guys? That's a form of validation through social distribution. Of course, I'm talking about Amazon in this example, but with your products and services in affiliate marketing, network marketing, internet marketing, you want to validate those products and services in communities that are using those products and services, and you want to share that through social distribution, okay? And this is really basic, guys. This is really not difficult to follow, but I'm telling you right now, this is the winning formula. This is the 7-figure formula, and no one taught this to me. I had to figure it out the hard way. You don't have to figure it out the hard way. I'm handing it to you on a silver plate, guys. Yeah, my grandson, you probably noticed this, my grandson wrote this last time we was here. Blake loves Papa, and he drew on my board, so that was just in the video, guys. I wasn't going to erase it, but you guys can write this down and implement this, guys. I mean, seriously, implement this. Lead generation, building a buyer's list by having a low-ticket offer on the front end, build those residual incomes, catching trends, email marketing, validation through social distribution. These are the fundamentals of the 7-figure formula, and this applies to anything, guys. Any business, any product, any service, follow this formula, implement this formula, and you're going to see some amazing things happen in your business. Now, make sure you guys like, comment below the video, subscribe. Make sure you guys connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of cool stuff. Let's connect. I look forward to creating some more classes, guys, in the future. That's going to conclude this class. Frank Calabro Jr. signing off. Thank you.